Good morning, children. Today I am going to teach you chapter 2, and in that part 2, the topic is error. So, what is meant by error? For example, I have measured the length of a marker. So, the length of the marker, actual value, true value is, let it be 14 centimeter. That is the true value. But when I measured, the value I got as 14.2. It means there is a difference of 0.2 centimeter in the reading, what I measured. It means there is an error in the measurement. So error can be occurred in different way. There are many reasons for, cause for error. It may be while measuring time, the measuring person can make error, or it may be due to manufacturing defect of the device we are using to measure, or it may be due to atmosphere, climate, temperature, etc. So mainly we have to learn the types of errors. The first one is absolute error. It is denoted by the letter delta A. Let the true reading is, actual reading is A, but a person measured as this way, A measured value. So the difference between the true value and the measured value is called the absolute error. The difference between the true value and the person's measured value is called the absolute error, denoted by delta A. Next type of error, that is mean absolute error. Suppose there are n persons taking the same measurement. They are calculating the same value. The first person has got the absolute error delta A1. Second person has got delta A2, and so on. Nth person has got the error delta An. And their average, so mathematical average, what is the formula for mathematical average? Add the quantity and divide the number. So using that formula, we get the mean absolute error. Mean, average, mathematical average. Add the quantities and divide by the number of quantities. Mean absolute error is denoted by delta A bar. Next error, third type of error is relative error or fractional error. It is the ratio of mean absolute error, that means delta A bar, with true value, that is A. So the comparison relation of mean absolute error with the true value A, that is called the relative or fractional error. Next type of error is percentage error. Percentage error, how to get the percentage error? So here we got the fraction. We have to convert that fraction to percentage. So what is the mathematical method to convert the fraction to percentage? Multiply by 100. So we get the percentage error as delta A bar upon A into 100 percentage. So children, these are the 4 types of errors we have to learn. So we can revise again. Error means difference between the true value and the measured value. Its reasons are many. It may be due to manufacturing defect. It may be due to the person who is measuring. It may be due to the surrounding temperature, etc. Here mainly we have to learn 4 types: absolute error, mean absolute error, relative error, and percentage error. Yes, next come to combination of errors. Suppose we are doing some mathematical procedure operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Yeah, we are taking the power. In that case, the error in the final result depends upon, here I have written combination of errors. So error in the final result depend upon the error in the individual measurement, or it also depends upon the nature of the mathematical operation. I repeat it again. When we do some mathematical operation like addition, subtraction, see, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and when we take the powers, how we will do errors, total error calculation. That depends upon the error in the individual measurement as well as what type of mathematical operation we are doing. We are doing addition, we are doing subtraction or multiplication, and so on. That topic is called the combination of errors. So here we are going to add two quantities. One is x and one is y. So the result is obtained, z is equal to x plus y. So what will be the error in the result, that is delta z? It is equal to delta x plus delta y. That means we are adding the absolute error of x and absolute error of y. We will get the resultant error in the result. Now look at the operation we are doing, minus x minus y. Then also errors are added. Here errors are not subtracting. Errors are always added. Even if you are doing addition operation or you are doing the subtraction operation, errors are always to be added. Now come to another operation, that is multiplication as well as division. Here division. In both the cases, again we are doing the addition, but we are considering the addition of the fractional error. Here we have taken the absolute errors addition, but here we are taking the addition of the fractional error. Remember that. So in all the cases, errors are to be added. Whatever may be the function, you are doing addition, you may do subtraction, errors are added. You are doing multiplication, you are doing division, again here errors are added. What type of error is added here? They are the fractional error. Now come to the last one, that is the power. Operation here is power. So you can see the power term is multiplied with the percentage error, that is the fractional error. Multiplying the error of the quantity. What type of error? This is the percentage error. Then we have to multiply with the power. That is the result of error when the function is power. Z is equal to x to the power n, m. So these are the different types of combination of errors: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, as well as powers. The next topic is significant figures. Children, you have learned in maths in the previous years. What do you mean by significant figures? So when you measure a quantity, all the digits which you have measured accurately, we will consider that. And one doubtful digit also we consider. Altogether, how many digits we get, its figures is called the significant figures. So in the significant figures, there will be all the accurately measured digits will be there, and one doubtful, the first doubtful digit also will be there. Children, follow the rules to find out the significant figures. The rules are like this. All the non-zero digits are significant. All the zeros between two non-zero digits are significant. All the zeros to the right of the non-zero digit but on the left of the decimal point are also significant. All zeros to the right of the decimal point are significant. So like that, significant figures rules, what you have learned in maths 10th class, you have to revise that here. Similarly, how to do the rounding of digits, that also you have to learn. So these are the main parts of chapter number 2, in which in the first part we have learned accuracy, precision. Now we are learning errors, then how to do the calculation of errors, then come to significant figures and rounding of the digits. Children, go through the chapters. Alright, again and again. Without basic, you cannot study the remaining chapters. Alright, children, thank you.